And what's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 109 of the podcast. We are almost there to 110, almost at the end of the year as well. Sorry if I cough a little during this pod. I feel like I'm getting a little sick. But besides that fact, we got a very special episode for you guys today with a very special guest. So let me introduce you to her to you right now. My grandmother, Kathy Cook.
Hello, everyone.
How are we doing today, Grandma?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Doing great. I'm actually with my unbelievable grandson, so it's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very much. So for those of you guys that have been following the pod for a while now, you would know that sometimes we do taste testings on the pod. We've done hot sauce taste testings, sushi taste testings, and craft beer taste testings. Since this is the first taste testing that we're doing since we rebooted the podcast, we decided to do something a little different, but meanwhile stay in the same category of alcohol. So with that said, we are going to be taste testing some wines today. This is going to be a whole series that'll be scattered throughout the rest of next year, along with many years to come. But tonight's episode, we are doing Cabernet Sauvignon. Is that how you say it?
Yes, it is.
It is. I had a good guess on that one. Another interesting thing that we did for this taste testing is that we actually covered up all the bottles here, so we don't know which one we're taste testing. They're all Cabernets, but we don't know what the brand is. So I think that's a cool little feature that you thought of, which was very good. And we will reveal what they are. Should we do it? Should we taste test all of them and then reveal them? Or should we taste test them and then reveal it one by one? Maybe we should wait till the end.
Wait till the end.
Because then it's going to be a process of elimination.
You'll choose your favorite. And
Right.
then I'll choose mine, and then then open up.
Very true. Very true. Okay, we're going to get right into this taste testing, but before we do, we're going to do the segment that we've started since the podcast relaunched, which is the poll of the pod. So let's get right into it. This week's poll is, what is your favorite meal of the day? Now, for me, I would say it's lunch, to be honest with you. I'm not the biggest breakfast eater. Mm-hmm. So when it reaches 1 o'clock p.m. and I'm really hungry, I feel like nothing beats that first big meal of the day when you're hungry and you're not limited to just breakfast foods. It could really be whatever you want it to be. So that would be my choice, lunch. What would be yours?
Mine is absolutely dinner.
Yeah.
I love dinner.
We go out to dinner all the time, and it's amazing. You're such great company, Grandma. You really are. It's a good time every time we go out to eat.
I enjoy it because I'm not a breakfast eater either. And lunch, I mean, I do get hungry about 1-2 o'clock, but I could pick on something very small. But because I'm already thinking of what I'm having for dinner.
For sure. For sure.
And I thoroughly enjoy it. I really, really do.
Now, I was thinking of adding brunch to this list, and maybe I should have, but like brunch is very popular nowadays too. If you think about it,
brunch has been very popular since the 80s. When it originally started coming out and become popular, you had the Seaport, which was fantastic with brunch. But that's also, they only do that on Sundays.
Right, that's true. That is true.
So it is very limited, obviously.
Yes.
But, it is great fun. It's a good Sunday afternoon, champagne,
mimosas,
Bloody Marys from Saturday night. You'll need a Bloody Mary on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that. So, but it was a lot of fun doing that. I very rarely these days do brunch. Very rarely.
I was gonna say I haven't really done like a mimosa brunch at all.
Well, that'll be our next date.
Oh yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. We'll be doing one of these wine taste testings on a Saturday night, get ridiculous drunk, and then we're really going to need it the next morning. Exactly. So, all right, mine was lunch, yours was dinner. Let's see what you guys voted on Instagram when I put up the poll. So, breakfast got 20 votes, which ended up being 44%. Lunch got 9 votes, with 20%. And dinner got 16 votes with 36%. So breakfast
Was
was
the-
actually the winner.
Doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either. It's very well known that breakfast is like the most important meal of the day and everything. I feel like that's why most people chose it. Even if they don't even eat breakfast, it's like, you know what? No, it's the most
one, so
important
I'm
meal of the
just
day.
gonna go-
I'm just going to go with that. Yeah, exactly. But yes, breakfast is the winner there. Thank you all for voting for that, and we'll see you next time on Poll the Pod as well. All right, let's get into some wine taste testings right now. So this first one we got here was it had a cork, which I was surprised and very impressed with myself that I was able to open so easily. So I'm going to pour myself a glass right now and see what we got. Now, I'll keep it right there, yeah. What is like the appropriate amount to put into a glass, you would say?
Well,
is it like this?
Yes, it is.
It is, right?
It is, yes.
So why do they make wine glasses so damn big?
Because of the feel and just that it's so it goes down slowly. It's yeah.
It is a nice feel to it when you're holding
absolutely.
it.
It's better than a paper cup, isn't it?
Oh, 110%.
No, that's why. And you have different shapes. The Cabernets are in the bigger, wide glass that we're drinking from.
Right. You want me to pour yours?
Yes, please.
Yes.
And you have white wine glasses, which is the thinner shaped glass.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Is that good?
that's perfect.
Cool. Alrighty. Here
Thank
you
you
go.
so much. Well,
Now, before we do start this, like the craft beer pods, when I first started them, I knew nothing about them. I will let you all know right now, I know nothing about wine, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm somewhat educated, but not. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a wine connoisseur.
Connoisseur, right.
They would blow me out of the water, but
For sure.
But I do know a little bit. I do know some about wines.
That's why you're here, Grandma.
Yeah,
All right,
cheers.
cheers.
All right, let's take the test.
Mm-hmm.
This is very nice.
It is nice. And you know what? I
Got
took
a beautiful aroma.
Yes, I was just about to say that too. That's what we should do for the rest of them. Like, do a nice
Well, that's
waft
what you do is
first.
sweat, and then you're supposed to smell
Yeah.
and then sip.
Ah,
But this is really, and it's got a beautiful, beautiful color.
it does.
Absolutely beautiful color.
Now, what's the point of swirling it around like this?
To get the flavors going, you have, and I think a lot of people just like to do it because it looks cool.
Yeah, for sure. They want to look fancy. They want to feel
exactly.
fancy. Yes, very good. Remember that TikTok that I showed you that one time?
Oh, yes.
It's very articulate.
Very articulate.
Yeah.
But it is quite, I like this one.
I do too. I do too.
I'm having another sip.
Mm-hmm. It's
What I
always a
love
good
about
sign
it
when you
is-
want to go for another sip.
It's so nice and smooth going down. That's what I love about Cabernets. And especially with the grapes, which is very important, obviously.
Yeah.
And from the regions that they come from, obviously California, which is fantastic with their wines. And obviously France, Italy. I mean, you can go on and on.
Right.
There's so many to pick and choose from. It's confusing.
Oh, for sure.
It's absolutely confusing.
Especially when you go into like the Italian aisle and the French aisles of a liquor store and everything like
and
that.
And a lot of people. My husband had always told me that, and he was the wine connoisseur. Would tell me that people think by the higher the price, the better the wine, which is not necessarily so. Absolutely. So he would try. He would try when the wines first came out, which they were obviously a very lower price because we're just starting.
Yeah.
And he would buy $9, $10, $11 bottles of wine and choose which one. And damn, some of them were really good.
I'm sure they were,
and
yeah.
within a year that they became popular, the price drove up about 20%.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's amazing how quickly it goes. I mean,
wow. You see, that is the crazy thing, because I feel like most wines may start off at a low price point until it gains traction.
Exactly, and a lot of it is word of mouth.
Definitely word of mouth for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Because you really don't see on TV wine commercials at all, right?
Maybe you'll see some during Christmas holidays and that.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
I'm just realizing that right now.
You'll see beer, vodka.
Yeah.
Tequila. I mean, every other thing. But wine is rare.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, I think it's because there's so damn many, too.
Well, there are.
Yeah.
There are. And, the more popular wines, they seem to stay away from the publicity of it. They mostly go with the Wine Spectator magazines and that, where people will get knowledge from that a lot.
Yes, the Wine Spectator magazines, and they even have stickers like on the shelves with
Correct.
Wine Spectator.
Right, and
yes.
they give their rating.
Right, that's right. And the highest, I mean, one of the highest. It usually, most of them I was reading, it's like 90 or something like that.
Absolutely.
Some will say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different from what I've learned since I was a teenager. My girlfriends used to sneak the wine on the weekends and get kind of like a boxed wine that's.
Oh, like the Franzia.
Hide it in a garbage can on a Friday, and then we'd have it on Saturday nights, and that's funny.
Have you ever slapped the bag?
Slap the bag?
Yeah, it's
No.
like the Franzia boxes or
Oh,
Franzia
yeah.
boxes.
Yes.
You take the whole bag out, and it's like one person will hold it up and then keep on slapping the bag as the other person takes the nozzle and starts chugging it.
Oh, I haven't done that. I have not done that. That sounds very interesting. Must be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it is. But that's like another.
Like the weird, the wine chugging, like beer chugging.
Yes, exactly, like a keg stand
Correct.
sort of deal. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the wine version of it.
God. Well, this one I thoroughly enjoy.
I do too, and I'll tell you another thing too. My favorite is Pinot Noir. I do like that a lot.
That's a nice wine.
But the Cabernets, I really haven't really tried on since this past Friendsgiving that I had, and I loved it. I thought it was really good.
It's up there for me. It's my favorite red wine.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is definitely second. I haven't tried a lot of other wines yet, but definitely second. Yeah. No, that is good. And my first impression of Cabernets was that it was going to be very bitter compared to the Pinot Noir, which is more fruitier, right?
Yes, but some of the Cabernets have less tannin.
Okay.
Which will make it a less bitter wine. But the Cabernets, it's more of a robust, hearty wine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's good. That's why it's so great with all kinds of meats. It goes along with that so well.
Gotcha.
It really, really does. It really does.
Out of every wine, red and white, what is your favorite to drink?
Out of the reds, the Cabernet.
Out of the reds, the Cabernet. But I'm saying all together, like the...
Altogether, red.
Altogether, you would drink red.
I do drink white wine at lunch because it's lighter.
Yeah.
I do have wine at lunch. But I'd have to say red.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
I would definitely have to say red. So this is number one, obviously.
This is number one. I'm curious to know which one it is, and I wonder if it was your bottle that you bought or a bottle that I bought. I'm very curious because that was very good. We can't
tell until the end.
We can't tell until the end. That's right.
So we have to have a swig of water and try number two.
Yes, we do. 100%. Oh, yeah, you got your water right there or the seltzer. Yeah.
So what do you think your audience, are they wine drinkers or...
That's a very good question. I will say the reception that I got from the craft beer ones were pretty high compared to other podcasts. So I am very curious to see who's going to respond to this one necessarily. Be like, oh yeah, Cabernets are the best. You know, something of that nature, you know?
Well, it's a great dating idea.
100%. 100%.
You know, if you want to romance your girl or something like that, wine is the way to go.
For sure. And that's what I also wanted to say too. I only really drink wines just on occasion. Like I'm big with the craft beers, as all you guys know, as you know as well, and everything like that. And that's what I would usually drink when I'm chilling with my friends and everything like that.
Of course, yeah.
But wine, I only feel like is for special occasions for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like either if it is a holiday or a nice date or something like that, things of that nature.
Although I think a lot of people go that way, when they starting to drink wines, and they only do it with such well, I could drink wine anytime.
It's becoming to the point where I could too.
I was never a beer drinker.
Never.
Ever. No, the only time I ever drank beer was when it was super hot on the beach, and the only beer I ever drank was Heineken.
Heineken,
I would have one, and that would be it.
Yeah.
That would be it.
And what do you mean by that would be it? You would get really tired or something like that, like slumped almost?
It quenched my thirst. It tasted delicious.
Yeah.
And that was enough for me.
Oh, yeah, it just satisfied you there.
Satisfied me, and that was it, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Where I could drink a bottle of wine with no problem.
Right. Well, it tastes so good. It's fruit, all of them are like fruity like that and everything.
Exactly.
It's really good.
Exactly.
What was the other... Oh, yeah, so what about drinking wine on a really hot day? Is that, like, not preferred? Like...
No, not particularly. That's why you have your different wines. Cabernet especially is not a good wine to be drinking in a very hot day. It's too heavy and of a wine, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
But that's why the Pinot Noirs are good. And that's why the white wines are very big during the summer. Also,
that makes sense, and I feel like most of the whites are chilled too.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
I don't really know any reds, especially when I was working at the liquor store. I don't remember seeing any reds getting chilled.
A red wine ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And to keep them, my husband had wines from 1979, 82. Oh God. And he kept them in the cellar, in brick, round bars type of thing, where you could just insert the bottle.
Right.
I don't know the exact temperature you have to keep that, but the basement itself was cold all year round.
Right.
Because the worst thing you could do with any kind of red wine is have heat.
Warm it up.
Have heat. Destroy it. Absolutely destroy it.
I'm sure it would, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially like if it was already open too, maybe as well, right?
Well, if he opened wines like that, you were finishing the bottle. You were not recorking.
Right.
You were finishing the bottle.
Yeah, it's so
not going back
valuable in a sense.
Correct.
That you don't want to waste it.
Once you open that was going to be drunk.
Makes sense. The special occasions.
Yes, exactly. And we've had wines that he did open up and were pure vinegar.
Oh boy,
it was bad. It was been so heartbreaking.
Oh man,
heartbreaking.
Now, one of the things I was hearing too when I was working at the liquor store, like we had our own connoisseur, Mike Lynn. Shout out to you if you're even watching. But he was saying that some wines aren't good to age as well.
That could possibly be. I really, honestly, I don't. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Maybe it was the wines that he did open up.
Yeah.
That they really weren't longevity type of a wine.
Right.
That I think it's a luck of the draw, so to speak.
For sure.
With anything like that, because he went to Europe in his college days.
Okay.
In Paris, in France, and he started buying wines there.
Oh.
And
that's when he got into them?
Yes.
Wow. What a great place to get into
I know.
Too.
I mean, a perfect setting.
I
could imagine how many girls he must have had, but we won't go into that subject for another day.
Alrighty.
All right, number 2?
Yep, number 2. Alrighty. So number 2, once again, unknown, but what really matters right now is if it's good, which I'm sure it will be.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. Oh, before we do get into this one, what would you rate this? 1 out of 10, you could put decimals with it if you want to.
I'm going for an 8.5.
An 8.5? Okay, all right. I'll give it an 8.7. I don't want to be the same as you.
Is that the second one?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should give it a 10.
Yeah. We're starting early here, folks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, all right. I'll give it an 8.7. I'll give it. Thought it was very good. I think it was a good start to these 4. And, yeah, I just enjoyed it. Okay. So, with that being said.
To our second.
I
feel like an anniversary.
Yeah, all right. The smell. I'm liking it. Yes, yes.
You're doing a good twirl.
Thank you. I've been practicing the form, Grandma. Okay. Right off the back, I could say I feel like it's tasting a little bit more sweeter than the first one.
The first one, yes.
And I also say maybe a little lighter, too.
Definitely.
Yeah, right?
Definitely.
Now, the color, I feel like I'm not really seeing much of a difference in color too much.
No, the color is about the same. I'm saying too. Also, but definitely lighter in body and that. But it does taste good.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I can't stand with some beers is the aftertaste, right? And with most wines that I've had, and thank God it's all the wines that I've tried so far, the aftertaste is usually excellent, and it wants you going for more, too.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that for these first 2, it's been right on the dot. It's been on the right on the dot.
I've had some wines that not good. No,
yeah.
The aftertaste especially, you couldn't just get it out of your mouth. You had to take a piece of lemon and shove it through,
right.
and suck on it because it was bad.
Oh, wow. Would that just make it a bad wine in general, or is it just by taste of person?
How it was grown or whatever.
Who
knows? But then, that's also if I don't mention names or anything like that, but sometimes you get those cheap wines and that's exactly. Well, we were out to dinner not too long ago at a place, and I ordered the house Chardonnay.
I remember that. Yes.
And as soon as I took the first sip,
I
had to put it down.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad. And the waitress, when I told her, and I'm normally not like that because I find it like I don't want to,
Yeah. Right.
But I get, they were in business.
Yeah.
So I said, can I get a? And I knew the look on her face. This was probably not the first time somebody sent that back.
Right. She didn't seem too surprised.
No, not at all. Not in the least. Not in the least.
Sometimes you do get what you pay for, in a sense. You know what I mean? As far as the cheap wines.
Well, yeah.
It's really, I feel like it's not mostly like this with wines, but sometimes it is luck of the draw as far as if it's going to be good or bad at a cheap price.
Exactly.
I will say, though.
But there are some... it all depends what you call cheap also.
Very true. Very true.
It all depends what you're calling cheap. But I understand it. And hey, listen, when you're on a budget, I'm going for the cheaper one.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm just going to look and
I'll enjoy it no matter what.
Anyway,
yeah, no matter what.
3 or 4 glasses I could be drinking.
Yeah, right.
Oh God!
but no, I do.
Were your college
thoroughly
days,
enjoy this
did
one.
you have wine in college? At your college days, or was just strictly beer and?
It was mainly beer, but I will say this is a pretty funny story. My 2 friends worked at a liquor store nearby,
right?
And they were giving away these sangria juice boxes.
Oh God, yeah.
Away because they were actually expired, so they weren't going to sell them. So they was like, does anyone want these? And my boy was like, yep. Graham, I swear to God, it was 12 boxes of these, and we're talking 20 in a box sort of deal. We finished majority of them in one night.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah.
You must have had some headache.
I'm gonna put up. Oh my God, it was terrible.
I can't even
Terrible.
imagine.
I'm gonna put up a picture right now of that very fateful night, and that it'll perfectly explain it, and I'll show you afterwards too. It perfectly explains how the night went. We were singing, dancing, had a great time. That actually might have been the very first time I had any type of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably didn't help that they were expired, but hell, they were good. They were kind of good, not gonna lie. Might have gotten us more drunk,
but sometimes,
for the fact.
But the thing is that, you know, what wine can give you. I mean, if you drink enough wine.
A mean hangover, right?
A mean headache hangover, big time.
Yeah. Because they are also loaded with sugar, no, as well? I mean, yes. The fruit and everything like that.
It's fruit.
Yeah, right.
Made from grapes. Then grapes are loaded with sugar.
Yeah, right.
As great as they are with antitoxins, and same thing with berries. Any kind of fruit is loaded with sugar.
Yeah. At least they're it's natural sugars.
They're organic. I had my worst hangover from wine was my girlfriend's... we went up to my girlfriend's house, and she lived above her grandparents at one point, and her grandfather made homemade wine.
Oh.
Yeah, in the basement.
A sangria? Or
no, it was he did white and red.
Okay.
So he came up one day, and he goes, "All right, girls, I got a bottle of white and I got a bottle of red." So I think there must have been about 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we drank both. And then I think we had another bottle each.
Oh,
not
my
each,
God.
But, for the table.
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't even know where I was. I didn't even know where I was. The fermentation on that, what he did, I have no idea.
Probably made it powerful and
I was
strong.
so bad the next day with all 4 of us. We called each other up. I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow.
Oh, man.
It was that bad.
Bad. Yeah.
So I said, "What grapes did he use? What was he doing this?" I felt like I was drinking straight moonshine.
Oh my God! Yeah. That's what it reminded me of when you said that he made it. I was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Charlie made it. My husband made it.
Oh, it was Charlie.
No.
Oh, this was someone else.
He made his own wine.
Oh, he did. And how was that?
I never had the opportunity to taste it, but his friends tell me, "You're a very lucky lady."
Wow, that's awesome. Listen. I bet you Charlie was very experienced after... Where was he again when he first tried wine? He was in Europe, right? In Europe, in France. He knew what he was doing after he left that place, for sure.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He really did. All right, so I'm going to give this one... I'm torn between 6. I'm going to give this one a 6.
I'm definitely going lower than that one, but I probably wouldn't make it anywhere around 6. I'd probably give it like a 7.6. 7.6. I do like it a lot. Mackenzie. I do like it a lot, but for some reason, which I'm surprised myself, I kind of like the more full-bodied taste of the first one.
The Cabernet, that's full-bodied.
Yeah, but still enjoy it. But yeah, I would say a 7.6 for this one. So we do have our first one in the lead right now.
Oh, absolutely.
We do have our first one in the lead. We gotta remember these scores. We gotta try to remember these scores as we go on.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
First?
Yes, yeah. I gave it an
8.5.
Right? 8.5. I gave it an 8.7, and then this one I gave the 7.6.
Down with a pen.
No, I'll just write it down in my notes right now. So
it's old school.
Yeah, right. So the first one I gave the 8.7, and you gave it the 8.6 or 5. Okay, and then the second one I gave a 7.6, and you gave it a flat 6, correct? Okay, gotcha. All right, we're going to keep track like that then.
Okay. Sip of water. Keep hydrated, people.
Yes. Very important. Now, we were looking up ways to like cleanse the palate and everything with wines and everything before, and they did say like either lemon water, just regular water, or even like the seltzers,
sparkling water, bread
as well, right?
And they do say some cheeses. So once you have a piece of cheese,
yes, 100%. We have a whole what do they call this here? Charcuterie board, right?
Croquette.
Croquette.
Actually, I found out how to really pronounce it. I looked up on the internet.
Yeah.
And they said how to pronounce, and they said so. I broke it. They break it down.
Yeah.
And it's skookite. And they go, yeah. And now you can go and tell when your friends try to pronounce it. And I had to really keep doing it because like when okay.
It's hard to like pronounce at first until you say it like 10 times fast and everything like that.
Well, I wouldn't go fast with it, but
good tongue twister.
Oh, this is really good too.
I love the prosciutto, so this is the one I'm going with here.
Well, try the one. This is mortadella.
The one that you just grabbed, okay.
How's the prosciutto?
Delicious.
Goes so well with the wine.
It does. I'm sure all of this does. Grandma, I was eating so much of this during Thanksgiving.
Well, how could you not?
I know. So good. All right, let's try this one. This one looks and tastes like a bologna.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it tastes like. You want more? Okay. I'll leave this here for now. Now, we're halfway through, so I did want to bring up something a little off topic.
Of course.
And it's a pretty main point in why you're so cool is because I got you into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you are a total fan of it.
Yes.
So I thought it would be cool if we did a quick top 3 favorite Marvel movies.
Okay.
Okay. And it could be from any of the phases, like from the very beginning to now. And we could do this. We could change our list each time. How about we do this? Like each wine taste testing podcast, if our list changes, we'll keep on updating the audience as we go with it.
That sounds good.
So my top 3.
Okay.
And not in any specific order. But I would say the first Iron Man, because it started it off, and it's just Iron Man's my favorite of all time. Thor Ragnarok, not only the best Thor movie, but one of the best Marvel movies in general. And then right off the top of my head, I would have to go Infinity War. I think those are my top 3 right there.
Well, you picked them pretty good. I'm going to, I have to go with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Obviously, Iron Man, but I did like, and I know there's people that really, I loved Civil War.
Ooh, that's a good one to choose too. Yeah.
I loved the whole premise of that script, the whole storyline. I just loved it, and what it did to get Infinity War.
100%.
I mean, it was just
huge setup.
Yeah, the huge, enormous setup. I loved that.
Yeah.
What would be the other one? I love so many of them.
There's so many of them, which makes it hard because there's so many good ones.
I mean, Endgame was off. I loved that.
Yeah.
I'd have to go with Infinity Wars too.
Infinity Wars too, yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, but I'd have to, Civil War would be up there too.
Yeah.
Civil War, Infinity War. And then...
did you choose Ragnarok? Yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah.
And not necessarily in that order.
In that order, right. It's too hard to decide in that order.
I've become a Marvel. My friends think I'm completely nuts, but I love it.
It's great.
And I've loved all that since since Star Wars came out.
Right.
And I loved all that sci-fi, but this was, I loved the characters that drew me in more than anything, actually.
100%. They were really the heart of it. Specifically, Iron Man and Captain America. Yeah. And we were talking about this either this morning or yesterday. It's really not the same anymore with them not there.
I find I'm trying to love it as much
Right. Me too.
as I did, but it's not working.
Right.
I mean, I enjoy it? Yeah, but it's something. I mean, I don't know. It's lacking. There's something missing.
It's definitely lacking.
And I don't know. Also, I think the Russo brothers,
Yeah.
who I thought were brilliant.
Me too.
With them, and I think that's very well missed. And
100%.
you know,
They were a big influence on a lot of the beginning phases. Like, they started off with The Winter Soldier, which, that could have easily made it onto people's top three as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
They started with Winter Soldier, moved on to Civil War, and then they did Infinity War and Endgame. And they really paved the way.
They really did.
And now that they're gone, Phase 4 has definitely been lacking in just a lot of things. We're talking good characters to begin with.
That's what I'm missing.
Terribly. Yeah.
You can have a good script, but if the characters aren't there,
yeah. And you could have as many Easter eggs and hints that
maybe because I'm old, I find it a lot very confusing at times. Everything is thrown into an enormous ball. And all right, you got to figure out, okay, what universe was this from? Then you got this one, and I find it sometimes very confusing.
Well, there are two
it's
big.
Annoying me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, because you want to know, obviously. Yeah. There's two big factors of why it is, even for me too. It's confusing
really? I
nowadays.
thought you had down like an encyclopedia.
No, actually, I'll add 3 reasons to this. One is because it's not as good, which makes me not as interested, which makes me not researching it as much.
Okay.
So that's
Makes
one.
Sense.
Number 2, we're talking about the multiverse now. And the multiverse in general is just confusing.
That's...
confusing. 100%.
I kept, that you really feel that way.
Yeah. And then the third one, which I kind of forgot, but let's make up something on the fly right now.
By the fourth one, guys, I don't know what we'll be talking about.
No, I guess those would be my main 2, to be honest with you. I did have a third one, but I'll probably bring it up once I remember it throughout this podcast. But yeah, it is. Oh no, here's the third one. This phase 4.
Yeah.
This phase alone, they've introduced so many new characters.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight's girlfriend, the Scarlet Scarab, who's also a hero now. Just a whole bunch of new people. And it's like, whoa. Oh, the Eternals, which is a group of 10 people.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. It's like, whoa. You guys gotta...
I'll take Shang-Chi out.
Shang-Chi's great.
Was great.
Yeah, was great.
Was great.
That's actually in my top 3 of Phase 4 movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But besides Shang-Chi and Moon Knight, probably... I could have done without the rest of these new characters, to be honest with you. And oh my god, I could go on about She-Hulk. I know you could go on about She-Hulk.
Oh my god, please.
This phase had more hits. I mean, had more misses than hits.
Oh, absolutely. No.
And it shows.
And the more they keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I also believe they're overproducing.
I agree.
Overproducing. They're running it like a factory.
Oh yeah.
And that's where the danger comes in. I think the danger's already there.
It's a really good point you're bringing up. Yeah.
I think that danger's already there. That when you keep on doing this and keep adding more and more just to get the, I don't know what they want to. I don't know if it's making money. I don't know.
It's making money and keeping that hype alive.
But
I
you're
guess.
not keeping the hype alive because
when it's not good.
When it's not good.
Yeah.
And when you overproduce something. If it's not broken, why are you trying to fix it? Leave it alone.
100%.
Leave it alone. All right, I could see, after my man died, Iron Man, I still can't talk about it. Every time I watch Endgame, I still bawling my eyes out. Oh God.
Yeah.
I just saw it on Spot News today on my computer.
Yeah.
Marvel's mistake with which I'm not familiar with because I didn't see the new movie with Taika
Waititi?
Yeah.
No, you did see it.
No, with Iron Man 2.
Ironheart.
Ironheart. Yeah. I don't. All right. I don't know.
I said this on the previous pod, and I'll say it again. I did not like how they introduced this character. I didn't think she was too personable. Was she funny at times? Sure. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was just a bad way to introduce her. And that might just be me as a diehard Iron Man fan being stingy. But she was probably the worst part of Black Panther 2. Probably the worst part of it. The fact that they're replacing Iron Man already in the first phase since Endgame is pissing me off.
Yeah.
It's pissing me off.
That's me.
I respect that the character is from the comics and they would introduce her eventually. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. But no, sorry.
Too soon.
Sorry, too soon. Too soon.
That's what I just way too soon. I don't know. But they just, as I said, overproducing. I mean, it's just one thing after another. Boom, boom.
Well,
boom,
it's because of they expanded even more with the Disney Plus shows.
Well, that even made it worse.
I agree.
That even made it worse. And that's what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched Disney. I mean, the best to me was the first original ones that came out, which was WandaVision.
WandaVision, fantastic.
Absolutely.
And Loki.
Loki, WandaVision, and the other ones were Hawkeye was good.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I didn't like was Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, I didn't like too much, and She-Hulk.
And She-Hulk, I can't even go there. I can't even. That was a disgrace.
It was terrible. It really was terrible.
Disgrace.
I believe I gave that a 2 out of 10 on Instagram.
Mine, I'm in the negative.
I think I was being nice.
You were.
I think I was being nice.
I wasn't. Maybe they should have a glass of one of these wines and rethink their logic.
They need to go on a wine retreat, I think.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. But all right, let's. Did you want any more of these before we move on to the next one?
I'm gonna have a piece of cheese.
There you go. You know what? I'll have one too. What kind of cheeses do we got here right now?
This is Munster.
Okay.
And this, oh God, it's the first time I'm actually trying it, and it's from Spain.
It looks fluffy.
And it's good.
Let's try it out.
I think it's good. Tastes like a little bit like a Parmesan to it.
It does. Yep. It is good. I'm not a big fan of cheeses, to be completely honest with you.
No, I know, but it's good with wine.
It's good with the wine. Yeah.
I like cheese. I could eat any kind. I know you're not a fan of cheese because every time I come and buy cheese here, you never eat it.
Yeah,
and I make you have a taste of it, and I know by your face.
Yeah, but I mean, I would try anything
you're a good
still.
Sport.
Yeah, I'm a good sport with it for sure. Yeah. All right, what I'm gonna do is right now. I'm going to pour some water in the glass so I get the rest of this wine out of there.
Drink you should have got like a spittoon or something.
A spittoon? What is that?
That's where you're drinking. You spit it out.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, we are moving on to wine number 3. All right. I love that sound. The good.
A gurgle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
This is going to be very interesting.
All right, here you go. All right.
Guys, this is a lot of fun. You should try it at home.
Yes. But stay home.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Wine number 3.
Wine number 3.
Let's do it up. It's kind of smelling a little bit stronger than the other ones, in my opinion. Let's see. I gotta think this one over. Cause now, here's where it becomes a problem, especially with like the craft beer podcast too and everything like that. Especially because we're doing the same type of wine for each thing. It starts to become hard to differentiate in a sense. So with that said, after my first sip of this one, I feel like it's a mix of both of the first and second one right now. Like I taste the body of the wine, like the little bit of the bitterness, but I think it's also kind of sweet too in the aftertaste. I'll let you know right now, this is probably my least favorite one.
Same here.
Really? Yeah. Huh.
It's my least favorite.
I can't, like,
I don't think it has any real taste to it.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's kind of like sour grapes.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right.
No, I don't. I don't even like the smell.
No, I think the smell is actually terrible, to be completely honest with you. Like, the first time I smelled it, I was like, okay. And then, like, once my nose was in the glass drinking it.
And to me, it looks watery.
Yeah. Yeah. I also know when you do this, you're supposed to see, like, the streak. Yeah, the tanning. I know you said that before. I just didn't know exactly what that meant necessarily, but yeah.
Well, tannin
It's all about like the thickness of it, right? To see how slow it kind of goes down.
It gives it the texture.
Yeah.
To the wine, and tannin is from the skin and the seeds of the grape.
Oh. Okay, that I didn't know at all. Interesting.
And it's an antitoxin.
Okay.
And the older the wine is, the more tannin produces.
Is that a good thing though?
At times, yes.
At times.
A lot of some people, you can't smell it, you can't really taste it, but it does give something. Sometimes people like more tannin, some people like less tannin. It all depends on your own taste.
Yeah.
On that, but it's because how it makes the body, the texture of the wine.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then you have sulfates.
That I've heard before, but I'm not too sure necessarily what the deal is with the sulfates either. As far as
is a, it's not a chemical. It's they use it to keep the wine from going bad, so to speak.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of people are allergic to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people can be allergic to it.
Are sulfates in most wines?
Yeah.
So I guess people just can't. Some people just can't drink wine. Just in general.
Yes, because of that.
Because of that.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not. It's also part of an antitoxin the way sulfates are made. And that. But it's basically to keep the wine fresh and.
Right.
I mean, a wine shelf life is pretty damn long. Actually,
oh yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, I assume that right from the beginning.
When you worked in the liquor store, how often did you change the wines that didn't sell?
Oh, sometimes. No. Most times. Never. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I will say what we did do at the liquor store was that the oldest year would always be the first one on the shelf.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Well, because that's where your eye will go to.
Right. Exactly. I remember my boss would always say, "Is like, oh, don't push it in the back. Don't push it in the back.
Put it right in front.
Take it out. Put the new case in there.
Exactly.
Put the oldest
that's where
age in
your
the front.
eye will immediately go to.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless there's nothing in the first shelf, then you go down underneath.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm curious, too. Do you think that... I'm sure there has to be. But there has to be wines out there without the sulfates in it, right? So people could drink it, except they just wouldn't have that long of a shelf life, really?
I mean, no, it probably wouldn't. No,
it definitely won't.
I don't know that. I mean, I believe white wine has more sulfates than red.
Okay, gotcha.
Red wine is a longer lasting wine without, and it's not. It's kind of like you're allergic to it, so to speak.
Yeah, like itchy throat and all that stuff, right?
More or less in here, in your
the sinuses and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes I would get a reaction from it.
Oh, yeah?
Some white wine, yeah.
I haven't really tried white wine really that often, so
Yeah.
maybe it could be the same case for me too. Who
It could
knows?
possibly be. I mean, it didn't. It wasn't like the allergies that I normally have.
Right.
But I could. Yeah. Sometimes I would feel it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Grandma. Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan of this one. I'm going to finish this up as quick as I could.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
This, that smell is kind of god-awful. No?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't know if I was, like, over-exaggerating a little bit or not.
No.
No?
As soon as I smelled it, I don't think it smells good.
Yeah, no. Well, if you want me to be the trooper and finish that for you, I will.
No,
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Boom.
Okay, I'll have a piece of ooh. Yeah. So I think before I even have another piece of, I'm gonna try a different meat this time too. Probably the Super sod.
Yes, I'll try that next for sure. But I am going to rate this next one. Definitely my lowest rating. I'm giving it... Ooh, I was going to be nice for a second, say somewhere in the 4s, but I think I'm even going lower than that, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to go with 3.6. That's where I'm going.
3.
Just a 3. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't...
To see which one
I am very curious. Isn't that funny? Like, the ones that's, like, even, like the worst one, it's like, oh, I wonder which one this was. Like, you know? It would be funny if it was, like, the most expensive one in the lineup.
Surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise you. Yeah, I mean,
No,
I
not
kind
at all.
of, after what we've been saying during this podcast, I wouldn't be too surprised
I
either.
wouldn't be surprised.
All right, this
That's
one,
the
correct?
super sod, yeah.
Yes. All right.
Do you like olives?
Ooh, I do not. But I will say...
I know you did, but I had to put it on the plate anyway.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
It's not the thick one. That's what I tried to tell her, but it wasn't working.
And then this middle one here is
salami.
what? That's just salami. Okay, gotcha. I mean, this tastes like salami right now, too, for the most part.
It really kind of is to a point.
Yeah.
But it's spicier.
Supposedly. Yes. Compared to regular salami, I would say so, too.
Yeah. No, I
a
gotta
little
go
bit more
back
of a
in there
bite.
and see. Obviously, she didn't understand what I was saying.
Yeah. Because you're talking about just the small round ones,
Yeah,
right?
you know, like a pepperoni stick.
And they're a little bit thicker than...
pepperoni stick?
Yes, yeah.
Well, there has to be like a super solid stick. But it's, it's obviously thicker than pepperoni and that. Because it's a thicker thing, but it's so good.
Yeah, I believe that was one of like the appetizers Angelo had during
absolutely.
Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Grandma, I was eating I was eating so much. I was eating so much of those appetizers. It was crazy.
That's all you need.
Yeah, it could have been all I needed until there was the rest of the food. You know what I mean?
So when's your next beer tasting, or are you going to have any kind of like a tequila tasting, stuff?
No, I don't think so. I
You'd probably be on
think
the
so.
floor.
I would never do that, probably. And I'll tell you why. As much as I love... it might be bad. It might sound bad to say. As much as I love to drink, I'm not... I am not a fan of hard liquor at all. I'll only do it sociably at a party. And even that, it'll only be 1 or 2 shots. Yikes, no. On a podcast, even that's still a social setting, we're talking if we're taste testing a bunch of them. Oh, boy. No way. No way.
Yeah. I mean, the only hard liquor I really liked was vodka.
Yeah, yikes. You see, the only hard liquor that I really would still have, I guess I would have vodka from time to time, but my main choice would probably be tequila. It would probably be tequila. But it's the most fun, I feel like.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's become enormous. Did you ever have it with the worm in it?
No, but I know about the famous worm.
Oh, yeah.
I know about the famous worm. I'm trying to think if one of my friends ate the worm.
Probably.
Definitely might have. I'm just trying to think of who. Maybe
Dad
Scalacci. No, I think I think this kid. If it is the kid I'm thinking of, I think he wanted to eat it. Yeah.
Can he be the next villain in the multi-universe?
Yeah, right. Eats the worm, become.
Your mother had a. This was funny because the first time I ever had tequila, and it was your mother's graduation from doing the depositions.
Okay.
So we all go to this place in Brooklyn, a whole crowd, family, friends, and all her girlfriends, they were all into tequila shots.
Yeah.
And I never did tequila. Never.
Oh, boy.
Oh, not a good night.
How many did you have?
I don't know.
Oh, yikes.
I don't know. Your memory on tequila just whoosh,
oh, yeah.
gone.
Oh,
I mean, it's like
you're right.
gone. So I said, Denise, I said, she goes, oh, no, Mom, we're doing tequila shots. I said, I never had it. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many shots I kept giving. I kept getting.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, God. And they were handling it like it was
candy.
Like, exactly. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting old. No, but I was still young. But wow. And I never drank it after that.
Oh, really?
Never drank it after that. I would have, maybe I had a tequila sunrise.
Yes, yeah. That was going to be my question to you. Have you had any mixed drinks after that?
Tequila sunrise. And which was delicious.
Yeah, they are good. They are good.
No, but the tequila shots, no. Yeah, not even go near it.
Yeah, but that's
everybody, that is so popular these days.
Oh, it's hugely popular. And
it was popular at that time when your mom, I guess she was in her mid-20s, early 20s.
It just increased more and more. Yeah. And especially it's like a cool I guess a party trick, right? Like with the lime and the salt, it's like, oh, yeah, you got to do this.
That.
I mean, it is good with the shot with that.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. It's like a party trick, like a party favor type of thing.
Exactly.
And I think that's what helped it boost its popularity because, you got to do this and this with it. Otherwise, it's like vodka, you just take it straight up. You're not doing the salt and the lime with that either. No.
No.
Yeah. But what is your favorite mixed drink? Is it still in the realm of vodka?
A mixed drink?
Yeah.
I'd have to go with probably a Cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan. I've never had one of those.
Delicious.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I got to try one of those one day.
And they're in a martini glass. And I love them. They're good. They're good.
What consists of a Cosmopolitan?
Vodka. You could have it's like a club soda and I don't even because I very rarely have it.
Yeah.
My girlfriends love them.
Gotcha.
My girlfriends love them, but I do like them. Mixed drink. I don't know.
I could tell you mine right off the back is a vodka cranberry.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's so basic, but I really do love it.
Delicious.
It goes down. It goes down fine.
Yeah.
And
you don't even taste the vodka.
No, not at all. And you could have a good amount of them. And I'm not one to usually get hung over too much anyway. Like most mornings after I drink, those really, I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
From that.
I used to love martinis. I loved.
Yeah, you see, that's another thing I really haven't a martini, dirty martini.
That's a strong drink.
It is. Okay.
That's a strong drink.
Yeah. Huh. I mean,
you might not like a dirty one because that's olive juice in it.
Definitely wouldn't then. Definitely wouldn't then. You want to know what shot I do like taking?
What?
And I don't like dark liquors, but I will always take this shot. Jameson.
Oh, scotch.
And pickle juice. A pickleback.
Jameson and pickle?
Pickle juice. You never heard of that?
No.
Oh, it's good.
But Jameson has become a huge drink. Also.
Jameson has been, yes, you're right.
And that's been forever.
Yeah.
And that's been forever.
Oh, you mean it's been around forever?
Forever.
Oh, that I didn't really know.
Forever. It's been around.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that it has been around forever, but I know just because of how popular it is nowadays.
Oh my God, it's been around forever.
And no, the reason why I like the pickleback shots is because once you take a shot of that pickle juice, it cancels out what the whiskey or the Scott whatever. Yeah, it's whiskey. It's whiskey. It cancels out the whiskey, so you don't even taste it. It's just a sick, good chaser, in my opinion, and I love pickles to begin with, so it works for me.
Yeah,
it works for me.
I don't know. I gotta give that a shot. Maybe we'll do that Christmas Eve.
Yeah, let's try one.
I'll try that with the pickle juice.
Okay, yeah. And what's good is we got a bottle of Jameson here from. So there we go. All we need is the pickle juice.
Okay, we're ready for number 4.
We're ready for number 4, the last but not least, because we'll be doing more of these, but we're on our 4th and final Cabernet Sauvignon. I love saying Sauvignon.
It's a cool name.
It is a cool name, for sure. Here, just let me know when you want me to stop
fill
on
it up
too.
to the top. No. Okay,
good?
That's good. That's perfect.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, we've been going. How long have we? Yeah, we're over an hour already. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be a shorter pod because we
probably couldn't. You probably were nervous about me being here, right? Yeah.
No, I wasn't nervous. No. To be honest with you, I was nervous that you were nervous because I didn't want you to be nervous about doing this.
More and more relaxed.
Yes, exactly. No, I was gonna say I thought this was gonna be a shorter pod because we're only taste testing 4 of them. Meanwhile, like the craft beer ones, there's usually like 6 to like 9.
You guys, do you guys juggle it or what?
No. Most of them we don't. Usually, it's like 5 guys here first off, and we only open one of them anyway, and one little can. Okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't a huge party down here, Yes.
Okay, we're ready.
All right. Cheers to this one.
Cheers.
A little waft smell. Phew, thank God, better than that last one. This is what I was waiting for. Nice. I was waiting for the bitterness, like I was saying before, and this has that kick of it.
Yep.
To it. I like it.
So do I.
I like it.
So do I. It's nice.
It is nice. I would say... Ooh, let me see these ratings right now. Part of me feels like that after the first wine, that's the first taste that you have in your mouth, right? So, and I think it stays there and it lingers a little bit with the rest of them. So I don't know if we necessarily give each one, besides the first one, like a fair enough of a shot.
Well, you know what? After we tasted what, we can go back. Don't even look at what we rated them. After we did,
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Forget about what we rated. Just, Frank, which one did you like the best?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. I like to have the decimal points, though, like to see how we really. But yes, I agree with you. I agree. We'll forget about them
we can forget
when
about
it comes
them.
what we think.
We could do both.
We could do both. Yeah, we could do both. Believe me, I won't even remember the I'll just, yeah, that
one. So, for Christmas holidays, I'm looking for a movie and can't seem to find one that we could even...
On Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, remotely even be interested in.
I mean...
And I figure we'll bring a bottle of wine.
Yeah. No, it's a good point to bring up. So usually on Christmas Day, it's usually a low-key day for us for the most part. Like, we would go see a movie on Christmas Day and order Chinese food.
The last 2 years, we saw decent movies.
Yeah, we saw the first year. I think it was the first
one
year.
was Rocket Man.
No.
It wasn't?
It was Aquaman.
Aquaman,
And
that's
then
right.
we saw Rocket Man the next year.
We're into mans.
Yes, right.
That's right.
Which, Aquaman I did thoroughly enjoy.
That was good.
And Rocket Man I extremely enjoyed.
That was good.
So, it's we really need a movie here that's still going to live up to that hype. I really hoped, we could pull a COVID Christmas and watch something that premieres on streaming that day, but that's not as fun.
No.
That's not as fun.
We're out of the house.
Exactly. Exactly, yeah. So
we're out of the house.
After this, we'll look up and see what's really going on at the theaters and see what we can decide.
All right. I think that's, I was hoping that, Guardians would be coming out.
That would have been perfect. Actually, Aquaman 2 was supposed to come out this Christmas,
I read that.
And then they delayed it. No surprise, but yeah. You see, that would have been a good movie to go see.
Yeah, I would definitely go see that again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a DC?
It is DC. I know
it's not Marvel. I didn't even know if it was DC.
That's a question for you. What do you think about the DC Universe movies? Like, really? Like, overall, the ones that you've seen, which might not be much. I don't really know.
I haven't seen all of them like you guys have.
Yeah. Well, like, neither has Jesse either. I'm really the only one that has.
I haven't seen. You mean the first Wonder Woman I loved?
Fantastic.
Batman is DC.
Correct, but I'm talking. Yes, Batman's DC, and we both know there's been plenty of good Batman movies, but there's also been plenty of bad.
Horrible.
But I'm talking about, like, this connected universe they started setting up. So, like, we're talking Man of Steel, the Superman movie, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad.
Batman versus Superman sucked.
I actually liked it.
I didn't like that one.
A lot of people didn't like it. Yeah, a lot of people didn't.
Ridiculous reason why they were pissed off at each other.
And a ridiculous reason why they resolved their issues.
The whole thing was just...
You're right. No, you're right. I can't say you're wrong on that. I can't deny that.
I wasn't also a huge Ben Affleck Batman.
You see, I thought he's at this point, the third best Batman. I'm talking, first one is...
Michael Keaton.
No, not for me.
I liked him.
Christian Bale is my number one.
Oh, who's it? Of course he is.
Number two is probably Robert Pattinson right now. Probably just because that movie just came out and I enjoyed that movie.
I like that movie.
And then the third one I would say is Ben Affleck, and then Michael Keaton is probably number four. But I don't put blame onto anything that Michael Keaton that was bad as Batman. It was just that time and everything. It was still corny superhero era.
The first real super. I mean,
it was the first real Batman movie.
That came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
He's a top three Joker.
Kim Basinger as the report. I mean, it was a great cast.
Yes. Yeah.
The guy who played Alfred, I forget his name, but it was a great cast, and I did like Mike. I think Michael Keaton is a very underrated actor. I think if you really see his movie, he blows my mind how good he is.
No, I think he's great. Have you ever seen that movie Birdman?
Yes.
Where, like, everything seemed, it wasn't all filmed in one shot, but it all seemed as a one-shot filmed movie. I thought it was fantastic.
Yes.
And I really want to see that movie with him, the founder.
You've got to see that movie.
Yeah, I really want to see that really bad, actually.
That's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Maybe we'll watch it one of these nights, too.
Yeah,
we got to watch
it.
it.
Things like that, and we don't,
I know.
Yeah, but we would never leave the TV. You would
you're
have to go home.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And everything else in between.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so what are we rating this?
Let me take this last sip, and I'll give you a score here. I would drink this often, to be honest with you. I like it. I like that and I still don't know if this is the right word for it, but the bitterness of it. I like that bitterness aftertaste.
Yes.
And with that said, probably an 8.2. I'd give it an 8.2. Yeah, I'll put that down. Yeah, 8.2 for number 4. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna actually I'm gonna give this. I'll give it an 8.3.
8.3. Wow.
Like it. Yeah.
This is the first one that you rated the wine higher than me. So that's you must have really liked it because I feel like you're definitely more picky with the wines than I am.
This is a nice one that you could have at your house for every a dinner at night.
Sure.
Without going, it's just a nice wine.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool.
All right. We have to go for the unveiling.
We got to do the big reveals right now.
All right. So now,
should I say which one I thought was without looking
correct.
at these scores?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's pretty easy for me actually. Without looking at the scores, not knowing what the brands are, it's number 1 for me.
Same here.
It is number 1. High five. We're on the same page there. Nice. Nice. All right. Are we ready to unveil?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. All right. Let's see what we got.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Wow, he taped this up pretty good too. All right. Number 1 is Grounded by Josh Phelps. So one of yours that you got. Very good. Very good. All right.
Yes. Wow. Wow, I'm very happy for him.
Yes. That was very good. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll do the price points after?
No, we could say right now if you want.
All right, that was a $18 bottle of wine.
Wow. Okay. That's great. You see, like, come on. You can't beat that.
That's my point.
You can't beat that. And this is a 2020 as well. 2020 year. Yeah. All right. This one, let's see if I could just lift this up, actually. Yep. This is one I got. The Laissez-Fitch Cabernet, year 2019. That one was that was just $8.99, which actually makes sense. That might be the cheapest one out of these 4. And I will say it tasted like a lighter, like not as strong beer. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that price point also kind of makes sense for
absolutely.
it too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Still good though. I did enjoy that one as well. So okay, that was the Laissez-Fitch 2019. This is the third one that we thought was the worst. Let's see. It's the one that I got. The Uppercut.
Oh, don't get it.
Yeah, don't get that again. Don't get the Uppercut. Actually, get it if you want. I'm not... Uppercut, sponsor the podcast.
No, it's a wonderful, incredible.
Yeah. No, I picked that one up because I like the name, to be quite frank with you.
It is.
Yeah, it definitely gives you an uppercut with the smell.
I was just going to say
with the smell. Thing. Oh my god, yeah, ridiculous, kinda. But all right, that was number 3, our least favorite, the Uppercut. And then number 4, the one that we thought was pretty good, and actually I think this is the one that came in second place out of all of them, is the Jordan Cabernet 2017. The Uppercut, which I didn't mention before, is a 2021 actually. But yes, the last one was a Jordan 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon. Actually, another thing I would like to mention for each of them. So the Grounded by Josh Phelps, it actually just says California. So does the Laissez-Fitch. Mm-hmm. It just says California. Yeah. Let's see. Uppercut just says California, but the Jordan actually is a little bit more specific. It says Alexander Valley, Sonoma County. So, yeah.
They mix their wines from France and California.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah. But, so, these two. These are
the 2 that we'll be drinking later on.
Very much have a good pick.
Yes, you did get good picks.
This was, I'm so happy about this one, that Grounded.
Yeah.
Because that was the one I was trying to find, was Joseph Phelps.
So is this like, this isn't the same thing though, right? Joseph Phelps?
No, this
and
guy,
then Josh Phelps?
No.
Is it his brother or something?
I have to look them up because no, because it'll be interesting, but
We'll have to look it up afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll put it as like a sub note on the bottom. On the bottom of the video.
okay, so that's it.
All right, so yeah,
My Jordan, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so definitely first
Actually,
place.
How they were really close, weren't they?
They were. Oh, as far as our scores that we put, yeah. Let's look back at them. All right, so the Grounded by Josh Phelps, I gave it an 8.7, and you gave it an 8.5. Yes, very close. The Jordan, I gave it an 8.2, and you gave an 8.3. So yeah, very close.
Mm-hmm.
Both very good. So yeah, that was those were our ratings for it. Grandma, I had an excellent time on this podcast with you. We're obviously going to do this again.
I would love to.
Yes. And just to let you guys know the little sneak peek, next time we're going to be doing rosé. It won't be for a little bit because we're only doing 2 podcasts a month. We're going to get there to the next one. But my grandmother will be back taste testing wines with me with rosé. And we're actually going to have another guest with us too during that wine taste testing. But yeah, Grandma, really, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate
it.
Bye.
For you guys at home, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Wow. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Frank_videos. And with all that being said, have a wonderful night. Don't drink and drive, but enjoy your wine at home. And with all that being said, peace out.
Good night, guys.
I like Snapchat a lot because unlike the other social media platforms, and it's not that you can't do it with the other ones, but Snapchat's definitely more personable and it's definitely more private, I would say. Yeah. I feel like Snapchat is definitely just for the people you actually know and are close friends with.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think Snapchat's very unique with it because it's not like you're getting likes or, comments or anything like that. It's if someone sees a picture, gets a laugh out of it or something like that, they'll just reply back to you. There are no likes or anything like that. And I really like that because Snapchat really is probably, unless I'm forgetting something, it's the only social media platform that doesn't have the likes and all that stuff.